Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Audio.etc. Today we are working on a 911 Porsche 1981 year. Basically what we'll be looking at doing is obviously sticking a new radio in, because this one's pretty old. We're going to put some new component speakers in the front and then something new in the back as well. We're not quite sure what we're going to do yet because we aren't really sure of how much space is in there, so we've got a couple of options we're looking at. Either Alpine Type R's or Focal Flex series components on some pods or something like that. And the other thing we are going to do is put Focal sound deadening in the doors, a good amount of it, to hopefully get a bit more bass out of it. He doesn't really want to put a subwoofer in to use up all that space that he's got in his front trunk there, so we decided sound deadening's the way to go. And he'll likely be back for more sound deadening and an amplifier. So yeah, that'll be good. So what we're going to do first is start taking some door cards off and removing those rear speakers back there, because we need to see how much room we've got to work with, and then we'll decide what we're going to put in from there. This video will probably be quite long. I want to document as much of it as I possibly can, because I do think it's going to be quite an interesting job to do. So I might do it in 3 parts, you know, similar to what I did with the Audio.etc. So yeah, if you want to see more of the videos coming out in the future surrounding this car, subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified when those ones come out.
Test of time is not measured by just time itself, but in a true power within myself.
Completely lost its membrane. Look at that. That's why it's sounding so shit.
Can't back down. What goes up must come back down, and then back around, never on solid ground. We search and lost and found. The moment is now. As I march to the sound, the beat of the drum. Rise up, it's the revolution. Loosen your mind is an illusion. Lost focus, you've been ready to go. Highs and the lows, it's all I know. Believe it impossible, can stop us bound to before. Let the music take hold. Feel it in your bones, mind, body, and soul. Heart made it go. Me against the world, I'm just living for the thrill. Made this for only time will tell. Still I push it to the limit. Got one life, I'ma live it. Just living for the thrill.
Over here, where's that way? So we're probably going to sound deaden this whole skin and this whole skin, I'd say. There's a token bit of factory sound deadening just there if you can see it. But yeah, once we get some Focal stuff on there, it'll sound much better. Much better. So I figured out why they crowd mounted the tweeter just straight onto the card, is because there's really not much room here for one to be recessed in. So I mean, at this point the Focals are looking better, but the Type R ones, which only come with a flush mountable tweeter, I mean, I'm pretty sure on the door card where that header lines up with this recessed area here, so maybe there'll be enough depth in there for us to get one in. Once you get the door card on top of that, there might be enough depth, but we might have to cut a small section of this out. And right behind here is the motor and everything for the electric window, but as long as we only cut out the sheet metal and don't go anywhere near the bolts or anything like that, should be okay. As long as those dimples there aren't welds for anything. Actually, we just... oh, I think there might be. Okay, so those dimples there are welds as well, so we can't touch them, but we can possibly cut out some of this sheet metal in the middle here if we need to. So that's that section all sorted, so the fronts are looking okay at this point. So next I'll take the parcel tray off and the rear speakers and see what room we got to work with back there. And we'll hopefully get some work done. This is a really handy tool, the old right angle adapter. Pretty much designed for cars with these parcel trays and the windscreens right over top of them. Yeah, so here's what we got in the back, what we got to work with. Looks like those pods have been mounted over the factory grill holes, which, yeah, see there's some grill mesh here which has been cut, and it's like a sort of a 5 1/4 inch or 6 inch hole. So we're either going to have to try and widen that up to 6, but not how much depth is. Oh, there's bugger all depth. We might have to put some spacers or pods up in here. We'll see what's going to work. I'll come back to you with what we decide is going to work, because we're going to have to do some serious manoeuvring and testing around to see what's going to fit in here. Okay, so I think we've figured out what we're going to do. Hopefully we are going to have some luck and we're going to get these Focal Flex series components in. So this is the woofer here, just with its grill on. We've taken some of the sound deadening out of the way in there, and when you go in, it does sit up off it a bit. But so what we're going to do is make a custom baffle which is going to lift it up just enough so that it's not sitting on the floor, but also so it's not hitting the windscreen, and it's going to be nice and big and have a location for the tweeter beside it. I'm going to crack into the front speakers for wiring and deadening and things like that, and I'm going to stick Grant on these things because in all honesty he is a better wood fabricator. And then what we'll do is we'll wrap them in some black vinyl so that they match, and hopefully it'll look all good and won't get in the way, and it will sound good as well. So that's the plan. Just wish us luck, because it could be a big job. Probably going to have to stay overnight, I think, with this one. Right, okay, it seems like we've got a plan in motion. At the moment, this is all we really have in the way of our Focal sound deadening. We're actually running a bit low, but we are waiting on some more to arrive in the courier, along with the second set of flex components. Grant's going to crack into trying to make something for the rear speakers, and I am going to start by doing the stereo wiring, run wires into the doors coming from the crossovers, which I will mount, I'd say, inside the car somewhere under the dash. And once I've done that, if the deadening hasn't still turned up, I'm probably going to get this piece stuck in one of the doors on the outer skin, and if I get all of that done before the speakers and the rest of the sound deadening arrives, I'll be quite impressed with myself. So hopefully that should keep me busy until then. I'll switch over to head mount now and maybe make it a time lapse, I'm not sure. And yeah, let's get into it. Right. Get the wiring done and out of the way. Front channels now, so that when it comes time to run them, I don't have to do the soldering. That's for sure. Okay, right where we're at now, stereo's in and wired up. Haven't got the microphone in yet, but that will be a job for right at the end. Run the speaker wire for the left all the way across, it's cable tied nicely. These are the wires, these grey ones here, that go to the door here. So I've got some trailer cable taped up to it. I'm going to put some silicone spray on it to make it easy to go through. I'm going to try my best to try and get this to thread itself through. This could be tricky though. That nice and slippery. Might be able to. Alright. Okay, made a bit of progress. As you know, the stereo is in. Got the wire going through, and the crossover is mounted and wired up. You can't see it, but it's. I'll see if I can get the torch on it. You might be able to see it with it. It's just behind this carpet here. You can see in there's the top of it. So that's not going anywhere. It is just tucked, it's not secured in any way, but it's actually wedged between a heater duct and the carpet here, so it's nice and secure. We know it's not going to go anywhere and it won't rattle, so that is going to be okay. I'm about to just test it. Make sure, first of all, test the stereo tunes on, and also make sure the right type of sounds come out of these speaker wires that I got here. Let's just get a station. Oh right, I haven't got the aerial plugged in. That might help. I got it in. Guess we got a test speaker here. This should be the woofer output, theoretically. Yep. That's a good woofer output, it's no treble. And then tweeter output. That's good. That's nice and trebly. Sweet, that's good, I know that's working. Now, what I'm going to do is actually start prepping this door for some sound deadening. So I haven't done that side yet. I'll get to that side at a point. Prep the inner skin here for some sound deadening and get that one piece that I've got there on. Yo! 25mm. Ooh, no, I don't think I will. No, I think you need more than that. You need between 18 and 40. Okay.
Plus also you've got
the grill.
No, the thing that goes on underneath.
Yeah. Okay. If that's down there, that's sitting on the base. And once that pushes down, you need like 30.
A few moments later.
Oh well, we'll see what Grant comes up with.
Yeah, I got a suggestion. Crack it.